So, hello guys, Theo here. I just got home from work and I put all my stuff down, put my backpack away, made it all nice and neat, went to my desk, and as it turns out, there's a lot of controversy. There's a lot of drama going around now for a game that I've been really enjoying with my friends and my boyfriend, and we've loved the heck out of it. And it's called a little game called Helldivers. Helldivers 2 to be specific, from the developers at Arrowhead, and it's been a wonderful experience. And TLDR, the game ever since its launch has been overwhelmingly positive. If you checked out all the Steam reviews, if you checked out all of the comments, what YouTubers had to say about the game, it was glowingly, radiantly positive. And for a live service game specifically, it was the one bastion of hope that we had that proved itself worthy of being not tainted by any kind of microtransactions or little oopy, goopy, icky, sticky, greedy fingertips prying and chomping at the bit to get into our wallets. Like, it is a really good game, and I've been loving it for the past handful of months ever since its launch, and I've been loving killing bugs, killing robots, doing that with my buddies, and just having a good night. And that was plain and simple. But as it turns out, let's pull up the article here from Polygon, I believe. So, as the headline says, we're going to quickly review this article. Helldivers 2 players on Steam now need a PlayStation account to play. So I just want to, and there's a little undertitle, and some Steam players are pissed off. So the main controversy here is that when we got the game as a Steam player on PC, separate from the PS5 and Sony entirely, we had the option of just playing our Helldivers 2 game as a standalone package without a PSN account, without a PlayStation Network account. We could just use our Steam accounts and not be affiliated with anything else. And now, this has just uprisen and caused a lot of stir in the community because this game has been very successful. It has garnered a lot of attention and a lot of hardcore die-hard fans and influencers from YouTube that just really love the ever-living daylights out of this game. So needless to say, any small change in the system or the flow is gonna cause a stir and have massive rippling effects. So let's just sort of unpack this and scroll down through what we can gather from this article. I'll also link down below if you want to follow along or read the entire thing for yourself. But just to quickly recap now, Helldivers 2 players who have been playing on the game for the Windows PC via Steam since launch have will now need a PlayStation Network to access this game. Here's a quote, due to technical issues at the launch of Helldivers 2, we allowed the linking requirements for Steam accounts to a PlayStation Network account be temporarily optional. So that's a really key point here that I want to point out. When this game came out, it was honestly fully intended to be linked with Sony's PSN network. So as a Steam user, you were probably prompted somewhere deep within, some litigation and agreement before you actually get the game to agree to that said that this is coming down the line. But myself included, my friends, and everyone else who played this separate from Sony probably did not get this memo and was not properly informed when getting this game. That was not advertised to us very heavily, and that's why a lot of players right now are feeling blindsided by this whole rug pull, by having to force ourselves to then submit our data and our information to this company. So a lot of people are really hating Sony right now, and I don't blame them for it, because this practice is ultimately very shady and just sleight of hand that I personally don't even appreciate. Okay. So Sony claims in this following statement, account linking with PlayStation Network is critical to the safety and the security of Helldivers 2. This is our main way to protect the players from griefing and abuse by enabling the banning of players that engage in the type of behavior, quote unquote, it said. It also allows these players that have been banned the right to appeal. So at the end of the day, they're trying to use this cop-out and say it's for our safety. It's for preventing hackers and all of these people who are cheating at the game to to go away. And for the record, I don't think they're gonna magically go away, nor will they ever for any game on any platform by any company. That is sort of an axiom of this universe. As long as people exist, hackers will exist. You just have to constantly work on your info security team and just network with people. That's just the constant battle. It's not gonna go away, and this type of thing is shady and sort of a cop-out. So you can see the general gist here as to why the player base is upset, where the sort of misaligned and disconnect is with the main company. But I feel really bad right now for Arrowhead as the developers here, who we haven't gotten official statements on just yet, as far as I'm aware of this news breaking now within like 24 hours. But they've seemingly had to just deal with the larger corporate decisions of Sony as the publisher of Helldivers 2. So by all means, I really do feel for Arrowhead. They're not doing anything wrong. They're just here to make great games and then send them off to their players. It just so happens that Sony has a big part in their, like, probably publishing and funding, and due to the wild success of Helldivers 2, a lot of people are more involved now than probably what would have been a soft launch with a steady growth instead of this explosive growth that they've received within only like a month of launch of this game. But to its credit though, I don't think Helldivers 2 would have been as popular if it also wasn't on Steam. If this was some sort of PlayStation Network exclusive that you had to subscribe to, you can probably bet that Helldivers 2 would not be as massively popular as it is today, and it would have its small player base, but this would not have exploded the way it did. It says here at the bottom of the article that we've reached out to Sony Interactive Entertainment and to Arrowhead for more information, and they'll update this post when they get the response. So as a quick aside now, let's actually try to get onto the ground floor and go to Steam and see what the repercussions are. So I got this sort of Steam page pulled up here. I just typed in Helldivers 2 and we can already see there are mixed reviews on this game. It is a little tilde squiggly with a yellow check mark, and I'm hesitant to go into it, but let's try to see what kind of damage has come about from the community here. Oh boy. So if we scroll down, yeah, mixed overall. We're just gonna go sort of cherry pick and then see what stands out. Who's this? Not recommended by your friend. Thousands of Helldivers 2 players are now unable to play their game because they live in a country where you're not allowed to make a PlayStation Network account. Do not buy this game, do not play this game. Sony has spit in the face of their customers. That is brutal. So I live here in the United States of America, and this is not so much of a problem because I could feasibly just make an account or use an account that I had way back and unearth the one I used for my PlayStation Vita. So this is no big deal for me, but I really feel for the player base now who's not based in America, who's far off maybe in Brazil or some other country where there's specifically... Oh, here, look, let's quickly look down at the next comment because it's addressing this specifically. The list of countries where people can't make PSN accounts. Oh my gosh, there's like over 60 different countries right now where that is not the case, and people are having a really difficult time having to get a PSN account. This is nuts. This is such a, yeah, like just a side jab and a spit in the face to all these players in all these countries. And I don't know why Sony would just pull this now, or at least continue to let this take place. They should definitely issue all of these people in these countries refunds. That is a no questions deal. I think that is the most fair thing, and we can only hope this greedy giant corporation does so. Just to see other comments, just to see what the salt is in the wound already at this point. I was so busy having fun that I forgot to cooperate. I forgot about corporate greed for a moment. Yep, feeling that. And these are from people who have 40 to 162 hours plus in the game, that they've been really loving this game. And they have investment here. They have their time, their attention, their money poured into this game. And I want to emphasize again, Helldivers 2 was this little bastion of hope for live service games specifically. As a live service game, myself included, all appreciated the fact that a lot of things weren't behind paywalls. You didn't need microtransactions in the game to do better in the game. If you wanted different equipment, different armor, you could still grind for that in the game. Some things were kind of cosmetic and sure didn't serve a whole lot of utility in Helldivers 2, but they were nonetheless still fun to go and get what was called super credits in the game. And I was gifted this game by my boyfriend, and I appreciate that. And I was very stubborn about it. I never wanted to buy these super credits to then unlock Warbond packs to then get new little accoutrements and armors to play with, because the game specifically allowed me as a player to find this money in game and then purchase those after time. Sure, it took like 10 times as long other than myself just pulling out my wallet and then just giving up my money, but this game was also $40, so a lot of people were inclined to spend maybe 10, 20, 30 more dollars for a full priced game to get a little bit more of a head start in the game. That isn't to say you are any better off. It still takes a little bit of skill to survive the hordes, to learn the ins and the outs of the games, but you were all still there to help each other to take out these bugs and these hordes of robots. So yeah, it was the last game, or one of the first few of games that did this right with such massive success and such good reception, that now we have just, again, Sony, you're really dropping the ball here on us. You're really not making a good case for anyone to like you right now. And who's to say that other companies won't do this and follow in tow and pull some BS like this? And look, we could even see older games and reviews here from the Helldivers community that says, one of the handful of games that is well worth the asking price in years. And they address show the hate, but not towards Arrowhead. They're stuck between Sony and their moronic decisions. Hate Sony. Players should cancel the PS Plus subscription. Money's the only way to force them. And sadly for a big corpo, they'll probably take the negative appeal because any press is kind of good for them. It gets attention, it gets eyes on them, and unless it's definitely hitting them in the wallets, they won't care. This is really humans, people, players, gamers. They don't care. They just want money. So this is just the crazy business that's been going on here on Steam and on a game that admittedly was kind of, I wasn't super hyped for it when they announced it, but getting into it, I got really invested, and I'm really happy to play this game before all this came about. So that warranted my coverage here about this game and about what exactly is developing. I don't think I'll follow this beat by beat, but if something else large develops for this game and the decision that Sony makes, perhaps we'll come together as a community, show them what matters, and maybe Sony will sort of ease off and just let Arrowhead make these big decisions, because they garnered the success with their talent, with their team and their skill. So if they just let off the gas a little bit, not try to be too greedy, and just let Arrowhead make these decisions for their community that they've garnered, that they have now, that they can still hold on to before everybody quits the game, perhaps we as the gamers that love Helldivers 2 will get a massive dub. But yeah, a lot of people are going to be following this beat by beat, and again, check out the Polygon article for more valuable in-depth information, but I just wanted to cover this really quickly about the controversy, and I hope things pan out really well so we can get to killing bugs and robots. That's so sick. And whatever else Arrowhead had planned in the pipeline, I want to be a part of that. But right now, I cannot be. My boyfriend can't be, and I don't think a lot of my friends will not partake of this. So I hope you guys have a good day. I don't mean to end this on sort of a negative note, but yeah, go check it out for yourselves. And if you love this game, we'll stick it to the man. So you guys have a good day. Bye bye.